I came from absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Showed up on the doorstep with absolutely nothing. Didn't have a wing or a prayer.
In life, some paths lead us astray, but it's not where you start that defines you. It's where you choose to go. Today, we tell the stories of 3 remarkable individuals who once found themselves on the wrong side of the law. Now, they stand as professionals and successful business owners in their respective industries.
Thanks to the Future Forward program.
Presented by HORUS Academy and HORUS Construction, these individuals have not just turned their lives around, they've become shining examples of what's possible when given the opportunity to rebuild, to redeem, and to rise.
Born in Tampa, Florida, moved up to Alabama, that's my mom's hometown. I was getting in a little trouble down here, so she wanted me to go up there. Moved to Alabama, went to school up there, got in a little trouble, trying to chase fast money. Things weren't working out for me.
I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been working for HORUS Construction 10 years now. Currently, I'm a construction estimator. I started out as a laborer, but through the years, I've been trained by HORUS, also through HORUS Academy, and it was able to bring me to my current position now.
My life of crime started, growing up in New Orleans, in the inner city, very rough environment. The first time I was really aware of how dangerous my surroundings was, I want to say I was probably 4 or 5 years old. There was a knock at the door. It was a police officer. And he asked, "Hey, did you guys hear any noise, anything? You see anything?" It was like, "No, what's going on?" It was like, "Well, there's a guy laying down outside in front of your door. He's deceased." But we didn't see anything. So he was like, "Well, did you hear any shots, anything?" We're like, "No." Going outside the next day, seeing the brain matter on the sidewalk that was left when they removed the body, that stain stayed on the sidewalk for years. Every time I would walk past that stain, I would look down and I would watch it shrink over the years as the years went by, until it just disappeared. But, that's when I knew the kind of environment I was living in wasn't one that pretty much everybody was used to.
Just to deal with that on an everyday basis, not knowing if you're gonna make it inside at night, right. Because like I said, danger is lurking. Yeah. Whether you provoke something or you can be an innocent bystander.
Right.
And bro, just to hopefully kids don't have to live with that pressure, man. Right. I grew up in a housing project called the Calio Housing Project. Most known resident is Master P. When I look outside my window, I saw a lot of things. I saw drug dealing, I saw murders. It was a very violent environment that I grew up in.
I went out looking for jobs. Nobody wanted to hire me because of my record. When I did get hired, they'll let me work 2 or 3 weeks. Background come back, they'll have to let me go.
I was looking for a job. I got hired by a temporary service. QLM gave me an opportunity. They said, "Hey, we want you to go to HORUS tomorrow. You're gonna report to HORUS tomorrow morning." I said, okay. In my mind, I thought it was a guy named HORUS. Like, I walk out and say, "Well, I'm looking for HORUS." They say, "Go to the construction site by the hospital, and you're gonna get with HORUS. You're gonna work with HORUS." All right, I'm gonna look for a guy named HORUS. Somebody, man, do y'all know who HORUS is? Nobody knows who HORUS is. But I see a sign over there that says HORUS Construction Trail. I said, that must be it. So I go over there, meet with the guy, say, "I'm here." And I told him I wanted a job that I could use my head as well as my hands. And they put a hat on my head and a broom in my hand and told me to go sweep. And that was my job as a laborer, sweeping for $10.40 an hour. Just keep sweeping all day, don't never stop. Stand up, rain, sleet, or snow, sweep.
I came from absolutely nothing. Right. Absolutely nothing. Showed up on the doorstep with absolutely nothing. Didn't have a wing or a prayer. I didn't even have a pillow to lay my head on, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was times when I was sitting in the jail cell and I said to myself, if I could have me an apartment the size of this cell, I'm good.
Sometimes you have to I think if people get things taken away from them, they enjoy and appreciate the smaller things more.
That's true.
You don't know how it is to not take a bath for 10 years.
Right. Yeah, get in a tub.
They get in a tub and soak for 10 years.
For 10 years.
You don't know what it's like not to be able to go to a refrigerator for 10 years and open it up and just look in there.
It just ain't no, it don't get nothing. Just stand there and decide that you don't want nothing.
Right. To go to the store and be able to pick what you want to eat that day.
That's right. It really humbles you and say, if you really want this, If you really, really want change, if you really, really want this, you really have to work for it. It's not gonna come easy.
I started with HORUS Academy, and then that's when they took me farther into my training, put me in the right schools to own my business, like to get my mechanical Class A license. They showed me how to do that, took all the steps to work with me on that, helped me get my books, helped me pay for it and everything. And the only thing I basically had to do was pass the test. Then after that, they showed me the steps what I should be taking. Okay, you got your mechanical license. Now this is the next step you should take. This is what you need to do to grow your business. Talking about things like scaling your business. They just took the time and explained everything I needed to know basically one-on-one. And then they had other people with their general contractor's license that when I had questions about the test or anything, I had actual people who could relate to me, who can actually help me out and answer any questions that I have.
I started working for HORUS through a temporary service as a laborer. At the end of as we know, at the end of a job, you started letting people go, certain people go because you don't need that much manpower. So I was in that group of about to get, terminated. But then Jonathan came down, and because of my work ethic on the job site, I was introduced to him, and it was kind of like, all right, we might can do more with this guy than just he can be a laborer. You know what I'm saying? So they took an interest in me. Also took an interest in myself. I went back to school, went back to college to try to learn some of the positions that they were grooming me for, and it just expanded from there.
So many things I could say. It just changed my life in so many ways, giving me opportunities I never would have had in my life. Never. I never would have, some rooms I've been in, I never would have walked in. I mean, I've actually met Mr. Moffitt that owned, the hospital is named after. I never would have had an opportunity to meet that gentleman. I mean, and a lot of the good people that I came across, it all was because through HORUS and HORUS Academy. It's just, so I mean, I'm forever loyal. I'm forever grateful. And I'm forever thankful for the opportunity that I was given. Anytime I've ever had any issues, any problems, I mean, these people, they're approachable. You can come, hey man, I have this issue going on, or whatever the case may be. And it's gonna be resolved. You're gonna get a resolution right then and there. It's not gonna be wait and see. That's not the mentality over here, I know at the end of the day that these people got my back no matter what.
Right.
I'm comfortable.
They helped me start my company up, and everything has just been going great since then. Showed me the right steps I need to do, getting my credit right. I was able to purchase a home. I got two 250 high roof transit vans, got like 3-4 employees. Like meeting them, everything changed up for the better. And I'm very grateful I got introduced to those people.
Through the mentorship, HORUS Academy, Mr. Graham, they just put me in different positions, see what I can do, and gave me a little more authority, not authority, but a little more responsibility on every job moving forward.
So many things I could say. It just changed my life in so many ways, giving me opportunities I never would have had in my life.